Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. So if that is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, this is a message for you. We're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, let's see. Now, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for clicking on the video and checking it out. If you are returning and haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you would like the video, that would really help me get in the algorithm. If you leave a comment to let me know how I'm doing, I love to hear from you. Let me know what's resonating with you, what kind of symbols you're seeing in the cup. Or just how you're doing. Okay, this is already a very nice, I like the varied formations. Okay, where are we gonna start here? Okay, so the first one I saw that really kind of is super interesting to me is this formation right here. And usually I'll start in the middle, but for whatever reason, this one's really drawing me in. And this one is a formation of a whale. And it's right on the rim here. It's going into this area, or I would say the rim, the incline of the bowl, and then this is the rim, okay? And it's going from this more physical base reality up into the more metaphysical, high thinking, spiritual realm up here. Okay, and that's interesting because a whale is a very spiritual, divine symbol to get. It is very powerful, very large. It's just a being that has almost a very psychic interconnectedness with its tribe, its group of family and other whales of its species. They have interesting communication. I know that for a long time, and even still, I'm sure, people are just enchanted by the sounds of whales. I know sometimes every night we use either white noise or, different kinds of binaural sounds or light music, sleep music. But sometimes I put on the whales because I really just like that watery and frequency that if you've heard it, you know what I'm talking about. But with these creatures, there's just this kind of really interesting, I won't say new agey, because although in the new age movement it really was kind of a focal point with like whales and dolphins, and because of some experiments with dolphins and some substances, they became kind of famous in pop culture and synonymous with this kind of psychic stuff. But in general, I think the whale really is it's such an interesting creature. And I think it's one of those things that when you witness them in person, or even in film, if you haven't, seen them in the ocean, but when you do witness them, it is one of those moments where you're just kind of awestruck by the beauty of nature, the majesty of things, that are just so large and beautiful, and, not something that we see every day unless you live on a coastline where they are present. quite often. But yeah, so the other things that are usually related to the whale are, you know, a sense of compassion, power, loyalty, fierce protector. I think that they're not unlike the archetype of the bull that obviously I'm reading for you, Taurus. So you are quite, I'm sure, quite aware of the symbolism of a bull. And they just, I think, go now, what does this have to do with going from the lower spheres of self into this higher psychic area, this spiritual area, this place of higher thinking? I don't know yet, but I think that we can get some clarity even right in here, in this image here in the middle, which to me looks very much like Poseidon, the god Poseidon, who is the ruler of the ocean, sea, waters. Now he is technically the ruler of all waters on earth. I know that he was given a third of the world, the earth, to rule over, and the water, all of the waters are kind of, you know, his domain. But we most famously know him to be interrelated with the ocean, which is interesting because we have this whale symbol, and right next to, he poked his head. Right next to him, right next to the whale, we have this Poseidon, and this is the body and the arms kind of pointing this way, and then I imagine this is almost like the chariot, and not really seeing the horse sea creatures, but you can use your imagination. I really get this kind of Poseidon energy. And now, what do we know about Poseidon? He's also the god of earthquakes. Very, very, he's very confident, almost a little bit to a fault, a bit self-righteous sometimes, and, you know, prone to moodiness, which is not, you know, it's something that he's obviously elementally tied to water. He is the god of water. So we know that any being with like a strong tie to water, or you know, exhibits a lot of attributes of the water, are usually tend to be sensitive, emotional people. So I wonder if you're not going through a period of, you know, some shifting feelings, some shifting attitudes. Have you had some, you know, emotional outbursts? I think that, you know, I get the feeling there's some amount of stress going on in your life. But I think that you've been like you've been pretty aware of it, okay? And you're conscious of the way that you've been acting, maybe treating other people. I don't think that this is something that is just going on and you don't even realize it. I think you're fully aware of it. I think that probably, I get the impression, because I think of a whale as like a fairly stoic being, unless pushed too far, not unlike the bull. I think that you're really trying to get it under control. I think the size of this formation makes me think this has been a big thing. So I'm wondering, has there been a situation that has kind of put this all into play? I almost wonder if there has maybe been a loss, or a change, a big change that kind of happened out of nowhere. And I kind of just want to turn this to kind of see. Let's see. What are we looking at? And see, on this side, I almost see like a horned being. A horned being kind of running this way. And I don't think it's like not like a devil, but almost kind of like, I feel like it's almost like some kind of, it reminds me of something like the Midsummer's Night Dream, like some kind of fae kind of, night creature. Not necessarily something that is harmful, but I feel very much this energy of some kind of trickster. And I'm wondering if you haven't had just kind of, I don't know. Now I'm going to like step it back a little bit. I'm wondering if instead of like one big thing that has happened, some incident or major shift, has it been a lot of little things that have just kind of been happening? Like you feel like you've had a lot of bad luck lately. And it's starting to build up into this like real, you're annoyed. You feel like maybe you're about to just go off a little bit. But I think that it almost feels like something's kind of behind the scenes or kind of just sneaking around in your life, setting up these little incidents of bad luck. You locked the keys in the car, or your tire went flat. Things at home have been amiss. You misplaced your favorite shirt and you forgot to pay the electric bill, or, just things that you can deal with, things that are manageable, but there's just been a bunch of little stuff and you're starting to wonder if the universe is really playing tricks on you. And I think it's almost this kind of real trickstery kind of vibe. And I feel like I think you're just really, and this is getting dry really quickly here. I feel like you're just really, there's a lot of like annoyed energy. Okay. And I'm seeing a heart here. This is on the side. The way that it looks, it doesn't look so much like a romantic love. This one looks like it's a little more of a kind of agape. And I wonder if you haven't really, and let me just explain what agape is. Agape is the love, like a divine love, a love you have with like a God form, something spiritual, an interior beloved. And of course, they're testing our sirens right now during my reading. We always get our sirens tested on Wednesdays. I forgot about that. Or the first Wednesday of the month here. So I'm just going to keep talking right through it because I don't even know if you guys can hear it. But let's see. So this I see that there's some kind of very like spiritual love and interior love. This is not a romantic love with like a partner or somebody you're dating or family or child or anything like that. This is something beyond that. This is something that I really think that with the size and position of it, it looks like something you've really been cultivating. It's been a focus. I wonder if that has not helped you kind of come into this, the Poseidon / the whale kind of energy that you have going. I think that you really have tried to hold on to your anger and not hold on to it. You've tried to manage it, okay? And I feel like there are times when you feel like you could just make the earth shake. You're just to that point. And I think that is very much in your daily mundane life, okay? You just really, you just get to the point where it's like you can't take even just one more moment of it, okay? And I think that this other energy that we have going is really an indicator to me that you've really tried to temper yourself. You've really tried to remain on this path of self-development, of really trying to manage your feelings and the outpouring of feelings, and just, just going too wild with that, getting too into that and letting it run you. I think that you're really trying to stick to these more stoic reactions, letting it pass, breathing through it, and doing the things that you need to do to make it, not build it up to be more than these little things kind of are. Okay, and that's wonderful. I mean, that's hard. That's hard for the best of them, when a lot of little things just keep going wrong, it's just wears you down. But I think that I really get this impression that you feel like you might be being tested, and that you're going to overcome this period of kind of unrest and distress. And let's see, what else do we have here? And now on this one, I'm going to turn it really quick. I'm seeing a W and a Y. So I think these are two letters that are going to be important to you. I'm thinking either a name or just names. It could be a W name and a Y name, or descriptive words for somebody or something going on in your life. But the W and the Y seem like they're coming up, and they're involved in something. They have to do with something important that's happening. And I'm just getting this which is really odd. It's just kind of this feeling of something like an animal in your life has been ill, or like a pet or a companion has not been feeling well, and you've been worried about that. I think there's been that's been the bigger stress of everything else. I think that's really kind of the catalyst for your stress, and then there's all this other little stuff that's happening. But I think that's really the emotional sore point. I feel like it's almost like like a raw nerve, and they haven't seemed to be getting better, but I feel like they will be getting better soon. Okay, and I almost wonder if this is like an older animal. I'm seeing like kind of more of a dog, but maybe it could be any kind of animal. And it seems like they might be a little more elderly. And I think that's what's, it makes it even more stressful because, like I have a cat that's like about 15 years old. And every time he has a sniffle, I really worry, like, if he's going to get sick, how is he going to be able to handle that, When he was a young, spry thing, he would get the occasional cold. I live in a cold climate here. So the cats will once in a while, have a little kind of cold or whatever, and they'll get through it fine. But as they get older, it takes them longer to heal up, and this is really getting dry, so let me put that down. So, it worries you, and you just kind of have to wait and see and take care of them and make sure they get their fluids and lots of cuddles and perhaps a doctor or some medication. And, that can be hard on the soul for you and for them. Okay, now let's see. I think what these feelings that you're having are really going to come to a head around the holiday. If you are in a place where Christmas is a big thing, or any of the other big, large holidays that kind of happen from the middle of December into January. I think that probably you're going to be around family. It's going to be stressful. I feel like I see a bit of tension and scattering, okay? And I think that, it's this anxiety and just kind of angst you almost have building up. I really think that it's going to come to a point where something's going to happen. I don't think it involves your animal, though. I think that's going to resolve itself and you're going to be okay and they're going to be okay. But I think just the stress of all the things that, we're these dark months and how busy they are, and, there's just so much going on, or, maybe you're missing your family and you're not going to be with them, or, I don't know. It's just, it can be a very emotionally and spiritually taxing time, not to mention physically. So I think it's really going to kind of just almost, I feel like, I'm not going to say it's going to explode. I don't see you like just really, like wiling out and just letting everybody have it. That, I don't think that's what it is. But I think you are really just going to hit the wall. And at some point decide like you're going to figure out what you need to do to kind of release this stuff. And I see a big dispersion of this kind of static energy. And I think moving forward into the new year, you're really going to be in a better place. I think you're going to be more level-headed, cool-tempered. I think some of these little annoyances and kind of trickstery things that are happening are going to stop happening. I think it's not really going to follow you into the new year so much. And I think that you're probably also going to stop being so like, I know for me, like when a bunch of like, just it feels like hoops you're jumping through just to get back to a normal pace of life, just all these little inconveniences and stuff. But I feel like when that stuff starts happening, then I start hyper focusing on every little thing that happens, and it feels like it's all tied together somehow. Some cosmic thing is working against me. But I think when you kind of let go of that, like, tightness that you're carrying around and just the low-key anger and annoyance and stuff, then you start to let go of that kind of eye you have looking for every little thing that might be kind of related to that. So I think that's, you're going to let go of that stuff. You're going to go into the new year feeling a lot better. And I think a lot of that energy is going to be just dispelled. And I think that, I don't see you having like a terrible holidays. I think that you're, probably not having the best time of it, Taurus, but, it's hard. These holidays are hard. This time of the year is difficult. Saturn is really, really loves to lay heavily on us and causes some emotionality, and it's not easy. I already have been wound up I get wound up easily anyways, but just with the holidays and trying to schedule and figure out how I'm gonna get everything I want to done, and sometimes I gotta stop and breathe and remember to participate in all of the things that I organize for our family here. And I just kind of feel like I'm not always as present as I need to be. So, and that's part of being an adult, is that you facilitate a lot of stuff for other people, especially if you have kids or younger people in your family, or you've taken over the duties of hosting and that kind of stuff. It's easy to get lost in all those details, and it's easy to, just kind of go through it with this anxiety, but that's not fun for you or for anybody else. So we got to give ourselves some grace and try to, you know, be a participant in the events and festivities as well. So, okay, Taurus, thank you so much. Sorry it was, you know, I mean, listen, I think it's going to be a good outcome. I don't think this is anything earth-shattering. It's interesting to see, you know, the formation of such a powerful and, you know, arcane deity. So that's cool. That's a really neat energy to have in there. And ultimately, you're going to get through it and it's going to be wonderful, I think. I think you're going to have a good year coming up. At least the first little beginning of it. And we'll see how it goes from there in our next readings. Okay, so if you like the video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. And if you are interested in finding the page on Facebook, it is Ula Tea Leaf Readings. There's an Instagram, Ula of the Tea. If you are interested in a personal reading, you can email me. That's in the description. And we will get that set up. What else? I think that's it. Okay, this is, well, let me say, as I usually try to, if I remember, I'm so honored to be able to bring these messages to you. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It means so much to me. Making these videos has been a great outlet for me. I've enjoyed it, and I just hope that I keep getting a little bit better over time. And I hope that, you know, these things are speaking to you. Okay, thank you so much. This is Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor. Have a great night, Taurus.